Support for Kalamazoo Lively Arts is provided by the Irving S. Gilmore Foundation. Watch Kalamazoo Lively Arts every Tuesday at 6 p.m.
Shelley stops by the Alchemist Sculpture Foundry at the Parks Trade Center to bring sculptures to life with Brent Harris.
I started out as a painter and illustrator, but my works were very sculptural, and once I started sculpture, I just never turned back. I like bronze because for its permanence. You know, I tried doing ceramics, I tried doing different materials, but a nice thing about bronze is, well, I like the process. I like, you know, pouring the metal, I like working in metal, but unlike steel, it's not going to corrode. You don't need to treat it. It's natural, it's going to survive forever. So there's something about that permanence to it, and I like what I can do with the metal. So there's something about how it shines, how it reflects through the patina that I just love.
Okay, I am ready to be instructed. What are we going to do?
Okay, well at this point the bronze has already been poured into these molds and we need to get it out. This is like Christmas morning. So there's going to be wrapping paper all over the place.
Good, good. You've got a pretty good job.
So yeah, very exciting. So I'll go ahead and get started. I'll do the first couple of rips of the wrapping paper here, and then I'll give you a shot.
Great. Bring this down.
Yep.
Here we go.
We put our mask on. I'm going to turn the ventilation on. You can also use these tools. You can also use this. There you go.
Nice, nice.
Gordie Howe was probably the seminal piece that we did. Brett and I, who was the former owner, you know, my partner at the time, when we started the business, he was the big piece. He's Mr. Hockey. He was just, you know, and so there was the name itself, but the piece itself was so large. It was just a massive piece for us. He's 8 feet tall. You know, he's got a wingspan. He has all these multiple sticks, all this energy. They also use glass, so there's multiple media being used. Also, it was in a different material than we're normally used to. It's in something called white bronze, which doesn't weld very well for us. You know, it's really difficult, and that was a big learning process, trying to figure out how to make it work. But it did, and it was beautiful.
Hammer first?
Yep. You go ahead and hammer these toes, and then once you're done, we could get this chisel and hammer some of this stuff off of these screws here.
Okay, here we go. So just hammer away, right?
Hammer away. Get at it.
This can get your emotions going. Okay, excellent.
All
Next.
right, give this a shot. Just pull the trigger and just aim at these areas. Maybe not at the feet, but just these bars here.
What am I pushing?
Trigger's right there.
Oh.
Go ahead and get in there.
Okay, excellent. Oh, okay, next.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
Patina is just the color you add at the end of the process. Once everything's in metal, patina is usually a traditional acid-based patina where you heat up the piece with a torch and you spray different acid-based chemicals on it to change it to colors like reds, greens, blacks. With the patinas, you can do so much with them. Most traditional patinas you'll see outdoors, like in a park, you know, they're black, browns, mostly green. The green comes from oxidation, so anything outdoors after a while is going to turn green because the chemicals that we use are acid-based, and acid rain also causes it. We are accelerating the aging process in many ways. It's a tradition. It's really an art form in and of itself because you're painting with heat. It's a real dance doing patinas, and I love it. It's my favorite part. I started out with painting, and so it's like, you know, painting again.
now what are we going to do?
Well, now, just kind of get an idea. I'm going to hit the heck out of it and try to get this shell off, this turtle shell.
Is that?
So put your face mask down. It's got to fly. You ready?
Get ready.
Yeah, you can see that metal underneath.
Yeah. Start peeling, right?
Yeah. It takes quite a while.
But that's the purpose.
Yep.
I didn't realize the wiring was on it.
Just try to avoid hitting the metal.
Oh.
Yep, you don't want to dent it.
Oh.
Yeah, we wrap it in chicken wire because when we pour the metal into these molds, sometimes it'll expand or crack, and the chicken wire holds it all together in case there's a catastrophe.
Oh, we don't want that.
Right. You get molten metal everywhere.
One thing that's so fantastic about bronze specifically is that it lasts forever. They say that after people are gone, the bridges will rust, papers will disintegrate, concrete, grass will grow up to the concrete, but bronze will still be here. It's non-ferrous, it won't go away. Greek sculptures have been dug up, out of the Aegean Sea, and almost unchanged except for the patina. And it's just made even more beautiful because of the patina. So I think there's this timeless aspect to bronze that people really enjoy. There's a value in that. It's a precious metal. And so when they get their work that's done in wood or clay or metal, to get it transformed into this precious metal, it's an alchemy.
Shelley, let's talk a little bit about Brent's body of work.
Oh, speaking of bodies, that's one of his specialties. People, human figures, faces. There's an animal or two, but he certainly uses his figures to tell stories. These human objects, the art of science, the chemistry that's involved. There are some pieces that, the human body is naked, and it was very, very interesting to learn about his mission with his work.
And it's very physical. You actually engaged in some of it yourself. You can kind of get a workout while you do art. What was that like?
Yep. Many pieces go together with his end project. You think of sculpting as just taking some clay and modeling it, perhaps putting it into a heating object and it's done, but he goes to a casting where you actually have to break the cast to get to the end result that follows up by some chemicals added. But in my to-dos, I had to physically break this plaster, and it was tough, but he was talented at his art.
And I like the mask for safety.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Shelley.
Watch Kalamazoo Lively Arts every Tuesday at 6 p.m.